What if I told you? Most small businesses fail not because of money, but because of mindset. They start with a dream, a brilliant idea, and a fire in their belly. They imagine the future, the success, the freedom. But the journey from a spark of an idea to a sprawling empire is littered with unseen obstacles, and the real test isn't in your bank account. It's between your ears. It's the story you tell yourself when the odds are stacked against you. The reality hits hard. They start with an infectious energy, pouring every ounce of their being into their creation. The early days are a blur of late nights and early mornings, fueled by caffeine and pure passion. But then the first real challenge arrives. The initial burst of sales slows to a trickle. A key supplier falls through. A negative review stings more than it should. The energy that once felt limitless begins to wane. This is the critical moment. The fork in the road where most turn back. They see the struggle not as a phase, but as a final verdict. They quit when things get hard, convinced the dream was just that, a dream. They look at empty shops, mounting bills, and the sheer exhaustion etched on their faces, and they mistake the struggle for failure itself. But here's the truth the empires are built on. Big businesses don't grow fast. They grow smart. The founders of these titans weren't gamblers betting it all on one lucky break. They were architects meticulously laying one brick at a time. They understood a fundamental principle that the quitters missed. Growth isn't about explosive, overnight success. It's about deliberate, calculated, and relentless progress. They focus on one thing, one core product or service, and they master it. They don't chase every shiny new trend. Instead, they build a foundation of trust with their first customers, delivering quality so consistently that their reputation becomes their most valuable asset. They stay consistent, showing up day after day, not because it's easy, but because they know that consistency is what compounds into greatness. This patient approach is then amplified by a clear strategy. It's a three-step process that turns a small operation into a market leader. First, they command attention. In a world saturated with noise, they find a way to be heard. They use social media not just to sell, but to tell a story, to build a community, to create a brand that people want to be a part of. Second, with that attention secured, they build unwavering trust. This comes from glowing reviews, exceptional customer service, and a product that consistently over-delivers on its promise. They know that a happy customer is the most powerful marketing tool in the world. Finally, and only when the first two steps are solidified, they begin scaling. They pour resources back into the business, using targeted ads to reach a wider audience, and reinvesting profits to improve their systems, their products, and their team. They don't just spend money, they invest it in their own growth. And that is how the transformation happens. What was once a garage-based startup is now a bustling headquarters. What was a single person packing orders is now a full team working in sync. The before and after isn't just a change in revenue, it's a change in scale, in impact, in lifestyle. The freedom they once dreamed of is now their reality. And the difference? The one single thing that separates them from the countless others who started with the same dream? They didn't stop when it was hard, they pushed harder. When they were tired, they rested, but they never quit. They understood that every failure was a lesson, and every obstacle was an opportunity to prove their resilience. Your business won't grow unless you grow. The skills, the mindset, and the resilience required to build an empire are not things you are born with. They are things you build. It's a daily choice to learn, to adapt, and to persevere. The journey starts with a single step, taken with the conviction that you will not stop no matter what. Start today. And if you're ready to take that step, subscribe for more.